Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be reacting to IdkSterling. Also, if you guys have anything else that you want me to react to, please let me know in the comments down below. So let's get started.
This guy is lucky to still have his life.
You should never, ever
Isn't that an infinity pool? I think so.
do what this guy just did. The guy in the video behind me is extremely lucky that he is limber and able to move fast. But for those that don't understand what just happened in this video, let me break it down for you. This guy was swimming in an infinity pool. Infinity pools do not have a raised lip at the edge, and instead the water gets to flow over, and then it gets recycled and put back into the pool. It gives this effect that there's an infinite amount of water, hence the name infinity pool. Sometimes, like in the case in this photo, infinity pools can be on the top of skyscrapers. This offers an amazing view, however, this is a little bit more dangerous since there's no side to make sure that you're staying in. The person in the first video inflated an air mattress, likely seeing a video like this, and decided to place it on top of the infinity pool. He then jumped on top of the air mattress and then prompted the air mattress to slide on top of the water towards the edge of the infinity pool. He realizes quickly that this was a mistake.
He's giving me some little spooky vibes.
100% fatality rate.
It doesn't look that dangerous though.
Every motherfucker who ended up in there has died.
Yeah, this guy is 100% absolutely correct. Falling into this is basically a death sentence.
But it doesn't look that
This video right
serious.
here is a TikTok that I was tagged in, where this guy is exploring this dam and explaining how every single person that's fallen into this specific body of water has ended up losing their life. And you might look at this and think that you could swim in this, but
yeah, I mean, I definitely could.
But no, you absolutely could not. This dam is known as the Dock Street Dam, and since 1935, it's taken the lives of 30 people. Granted, this water is not moving very quickly, so it has the illusion of being safe. But the way that this wall is built right here is what makes it so deadly. This dam is known as something called a low-head dam. And low-head dams create something known as backwash, so it's basically like a washing machine. If you fall into this water right here, you're going to go around in circles until you inevitably end up drowning.
100% fatality rate.
This content may be inappropriate for some users. Do you wish to continue? Do we wish to continue? Maybe we should skip that.
If you see these crabs, kill them.
He's cutting them in half.
When you guys first watch this, you might think that this is pretty cruel, but in reality, this guy is actually doing what he
Let me guess, these are some kind of invasive species.
Should be doing. This is a TikTok video that I got tagged in that shows this guy with a bucket full of very small crabs. He then grabs these crabs out of the bucket, takes a scissor, and promptly dispatches of them by putting them into two pieces. Initially, many people thought that these right here were baby crabs. They were very upset, rightfully so, but these are actually an invasive species of crab.
See? I guess so.
This is what they look like fully grown, and they're known as Asian shore crabs. When these crabs are fully grown, they are quite small, not really much bigger than a quarter, and usually they're found on shores hiding underneath rocks. These crabs, when they're in places they're not supposed to be, end up pushing out the local population of crabs, which can indirectly affect the ocean ecosystem and ruin it. Of course, you could either report this to a wildlife authority.
He seems like a very knowledgeable person. How does he even gather all of this information?
Or, in this case, this guy's using these crabs as bait.
If you see these crabs,
find the people who finally get you.
Always be careful of ghost nets.
What is that? Is it a jellyfish? No, it's not jellyfish.
If you see this in the water, you should not get your boat close to it, and you should also report it. This is a video that popped up on my For You page, and it had a lot of people freaked out, and it triggered their thalassophobia. It shows
I don't know thalassophobia, but it's triggering something in me.
Something very large and eerie looking hidden under the water, and this is something known as a ghost net. As many of you guys know, commercial fishing usually involves these very large nets that they drop into the ocean, they leave for some time, they come pick it up, and they get their catch. Over time, these large nets can become worn down or become unrecoverable, so these commercial fishermen just leave it in the water. These nets can be left here for a very long time, and they can be very hard to see. And there's a few different reasons why they're so bad. For one, if you have a boat and you run it into one of these, it can get stuck in the prop, and you can pretty much just be stuck out in the water. But
makes sense.
What more concerning is the environmental impact.
Oh yeah, this is definitely... Are these bones? This is making me so uncomfortable.
Net can end up entrapping fish and then attract larger predators that also get trapped, and it really ruins the ecosystem.
Always.
It ruined my mood too.
Do not dip your hair in the water.
What is that?
Oh no, these girls are making a massive mistake. This video right here without
You know what else is messed up? Okay, I'm sorry.
context doesn't seem that bad. We see these two girls here swimming in this nice warm looking water, dipping their hair in, having a good time. The only problem here is this is water that you don't want to put your hair in.
Why?
These two girls were swimming in a pool known as the Blue Lagoon that's located in Iceland. You might notice that this water has kind of
It's a blue lagoon.
a grayish blue color, and this is because of the high mineral content, specifically silica. When you dip your hair into silica, what it does is it dries your hair out and it makes it very matted and hard to mold. You might think that this is hair damage, however the silica doesn't actually cause any breakage or anything like that, but it is really hard to get out and it makes your hair feel terrible. What you're supposed to do when you go into the Blue Lagoon is apply a certain conditioner that helps to protect your hair from the silica, and then afterwards you're also supposed to condition your hair.
Okay, makes sense.
Never let a lion lick your skin.
Why so? Why would even I let the lion lick? Why would it even lick my skin? They should probably just eat my arm off.
Letting this happen is probably something that you would regret.
Okay.
This is a video that's gone super viral on TikTok. This guy hangs out with this lion all the time, and in this video you can see that he's letting the lion lick his skin. Now, even though the lion is not maliciously
Okay, but why does his face look painful? Does it hurt?
licking his skin, and this is actually coming from a place of affection, you can still see that this guy's in pain. Lions have evolved to have extremely sharp barbs on their skin, and the purpose for this is to be able to lick
no wonder
flesh right off of bone. This is
I would
much like a house cat's tongue, how it feels very rough, but on steroids. In fact, these barbs, known as filiform
This looks like thorns. What do you mean? That's not a tongue?
papillae, are so sharp that one lick from a lion is enough to take the top layer of your skin off.
How did that guy's skin not go off?
Also, in this case here, even though this guy has a very close relationship with these lions, he still wouldn't want to move very quickly to startle the lion. So he's basically just stuck here until the lion decides to stop licking him.
Never let a lion lick your skin.
It's just a cigarette.
I would never go near them to begin with. People that survived the impossible. Okay. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Oh, I have heard about this incident before. It's actually crazy. Helena Cavett. 42 days? Just surviving a plane crash in and itself is massive enough. Oh, I know about this one. I think this dog killed wolves or something. I think so.
I'm sure that by this point, this dog in the photo behind me is very familiar
to you. I have absolutely.
This slideshow contains images of different dogs who have taken down different threats. This one killed a snake, this one killed a wolf, and the final slide shows a very intimidating dog named Casper. Casper is a Great Pyrenees, around 85 pounds, and his entire role is to be a livestock dog and protect sheep. Back in November of 2022, a pack of 11 coyotes were threatening Casper as well as his flock of sheep. As you would expect a livestock dog to do, Casper defended the sheep with his life. He actually ended up taking down 8 of these coyotes, and then he chased the remaining ones away while he had life-threatening injuries. Casper did end up having to take some time off to recover from this, but he has since gotten better and returned to protect the same flock.
All of them are good boys.
If you see these bears, don't feed them.
What is that?
Oh, boy, is this alcohol?
I know. Looking at this bear, you might be tempted to feel bad for it and want to get out of the vehicle.
Why does this bear look high? Are bears supposed to look like that? This just looks
and give it some food,
really weird.
Please don't do that. This clip is pretty ridiculous. It shows a person driving down the road in Romania, and in the distance we can see a bear that's sitting like a human up against this guardrail. The vehicle then
bears just do that sometimes.
Pulls up, and the bear is just hanging out. It's not afraid of the people inside, and this is a pretty big red flag. So for those that didn't know, Romania is home to a road that's oftentimes referred to as the Bear Highway, although it's officially known as the Transfăgărașan Highway. road travels directly through brown bear habitat, which means people are using this road as a zoo, so to speak. And what happens is these people start interacting with nature in ways they shouldn't, like feeding the bears. People then think that these animals are friendly, and in this case, this guy got off his motorcycle, went up to the bear, and it killed him by pulling him into a ravine. These
Oh my goodness.
bears should be fearful of you and you them. It's dangerous otherwise.
If you see the
Yeah, makes sense.
Would you swim in there for $1 million?
I don't think I could. I don't think anyone could. It's not about the money. Like, if you jump there, you're just gone. You're dead.
Money!
And no one's surviving this.
No, absolutely not. Swimming in that is basically a death sentence.
Exactly.
This
You don't even need to know about this. You can just see and tell it. I don't even know. Maybe he will explain it further, but you can just see and tell that it's over if you just do it. I think this would be one of the last things that I'd be doing for $1 million.
Here's another TikTok that I was tagged
I wouldn't do this for $1 billion because I just know I'm done for if I go in there.
in that involves
So $1 billion don't even matter.
an extremely dangerous pool of water that you would definitely not want to find yourself in. Initially, when I was doing research on this video, I thought that this water might be something involved with an oil rig offshore. However, this is actually something that is commonly on most commercial ships. These pools of water are called ballast tanks, and they're actually designed to help keep the ship upright during heavy winds and storms. So they basically fill water into the ship that copies the motion of the ocean, keeping it safe. So if you were to fall into this, you would likely drown.
I really love that motion of the
And the
ocean.
reason being, we've talked about it many times, aerated water. You can see that in this water there are many bubbles, which make this very, very difficult to swim in because you're not as buoyant. You can see there's also ladders, so if you were able to get to the side, you might have a chance.
I don't think I would be getting to the ladder. Like, I don't think anyone can go from here to up to the event up to the ladder.
Would you swim in there for $1 million?
No, I would not. If you hear this in the water, you are already dead. What's the sound?
Most of you guys watching this video right now probably do not know just how deadly this is.
It was just a sound. Was it a whale?
This video posted to TikTok shows two divers exploring a reef underwater. Everything seems to be going
No,
fine
wait, it's a
until
whale.
a very loud, high-pitched sonar ping ends up making contact with them. This stops the divers dead in their tracks, and they're pretty lucky to be alive here. For those that are unaware as to what a sonar ping is, this is something that's typically used for military watercraft. What they'll do is they'll shoot out an extremely loud 240 decibel sonar, which is meant to send sound waves out, and when they bounce back, they get a reading of what their surroundings are. Obviously, the closer you are to one of these sonar pings, the worse it's going to be for you. If you're too up close and personal and get blasted with a sonar ping, this can straight up melt your brain.
I don't think you are supposed to be scuba diving at such a place. Or those ships are supposed to move through such places.
Give you a brain hemorrhage and take your life. Even at this distance where these divers got hit with a sonar ping, they probably experienced this throughout their entire body and suffered a great degree.
Yeah, that is actually scary. Like, imagine you'll just be gone within a moment. You wouldn't even know.
Would you do this for $1 million?
Isn't that the thing they do to horses? What do you call it?
Money!
Yeah, brother! You're damn right I would. All jokes aside, yeah, I'm sure that I would. This is a video that I was tagged in. In this video, you can see this guy getting a brand right here to the amusement of all of his other friends. Those that don't know, branding is used as a technique to claim ownership over different livestock. This photo is a great example right here. You can clearly see branding on its haunches. Historically, hot brands, which use heat to singe a scar into the flesh, is the way that cattle ranchers have used branding for many years. However, this guy right here is not receiving a hot branding. He's actually using a technique called freeze branding, which is significantly less painful. This involves using liquid nitrogen to cool down the brand to a temperature of roughly -300 degrees Fahrenheit. In this timeline, you can also see how cold branding makes the scar a lot cleaner and much more easy to read.
Would you do this for... Always look out for deadheads.
What's deadheads?
If you're boating and come across a log in the water, always avoid it. In this TikTok video, this guy comes across a log floating barely out of the water. When he puts the camera underwater, we can see just how large this log truly is. Over 90% of the log is underwater hidden. These logs have been given the intimidating name deadheads. And if you're a boater, these are absolutely something you want to stay away from because they can easily sink your vessel and take the lives of everyone on board.
How so?
Sometimes, if you're lucky, a deadhead might look like this, which is a pretty obvious warning sign. If you're going towards this, you're going to avoid it. But much of the time, deadheads, unfortunately, are not such dead giveaways and typically only come out a few inches from the water. This makes it extremely difficult to spot in any type of weather conditions where waves are larger than the top of the log. These logs can also weigh several tons depending on how much water is inside of it and how large the log is.
Okay, but like, why is it dangerous? Creepiest urban legends from around the world. Okay, surely.
Things that bother you,
from
they
Japan.
never bother me.
Okay.
I feel happy and fine.
Take. Okay, it looks like some kind of, I don't know what to say. Monster. I have never heard of this before, by the way. And when I say I have never heard of this one before, I have heard about a lot of other ones, by the way.
Haven't got a lot, I don't need a lot.
From Japan. Wait, wait. From Japan. Bro got hit with the dementia.
I don't need a lot, coffee's only a dime. Living in the sunlight, loving it.
Ah, come on. Okay. Pretty sure I pronounced it wrong.
If you see this, don't kill it.
What is that?
You might think that I'm trolling, but I'm actually not. In this video right here, this person finds a very strange but creepy looking insect living in its house. The person then quickly pulls out some sort of bug spray, which of course is going to take its life. However, this might actually be an insect that you don't want to kill if you find it in your house.
Why?
This insect is known as a house centipede, and they live in most environments. And the thing is, if you find them in your house, they're actually an ally to you when it comes to getting rid of other pests.
An ally?
House centipedes commonly feed on other types of pests that you definitely don't like, such as cockroaches, spiders, and other small arthropods. And just the mere presence of finding a house centipede in your house can oftentimes indicate that there is an infestation somewhere that you just haven't found yet. These guys are also not harmful in any way whatsoever. They don't have venom, they can't bite, and if you can get past their creepy appearance, they're actually helpful.
No thanks, I would still not allow this to be my roommate.
This guy thought it was a trampoline.
Welcome back everybody to a video where the information I'm going to be giving you is completely useless, but at least you'll know it. So this was a TikTok video that I was tagged in right here that has little to no context. It shows this guy getting ready to jump onto this surface right here that he believes is a trampoline. When he jumps though, he finds out very quickly that this is not a trampoline at all. There's zero elasticity, and he kind of crunches down on his back. He then falls forward and lays on this netting here for a little while, trying to recover. Now, as far as I can tell from the comments, a lot of people were confused as to what this netting is here that's sitting over the water, but I believe that the answer is pretty simple. Netting looks pretty similar to something known as an overwater hammock that you'll typically end up finding on people's personal docks. And yeah, as that guy found out, these overwater hammocks are not meant to have elasticity because they're supposed to be sitting well above the water and you're not supposed to sink in. This netting is probably less likely used as a hammock and more so just to walk over the water because it's cool.
This guy thought it was a trampoline.
Company mascots, then versus now.
Things that bother you, they never bother me.
Lemonhead then, okay. Oh, what is that?
Happy and fine, living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful time.
Okay, I
haven't got a lot, I don't need a lot.
Isn't it just that clown?
Coffee's only a dime. Living in the sunlight,
This is so stupid.
loving in the moonlight, having a
Okay, this is, at least it's not creepy.
If you want, pick up fuller hair.
This man is dead, he just doesn't know it.
Okay.
I want you guys to just imagine this for a second. Imagine that you guys are the thirstiest that you've ever been. So you go to take a drink of water, but swallowing it is one of the most difficult things you've ever done in your entire life. And after swallowing it, your body is actively trying to reject it and push it back out. What we've just described is one of the hallmark symptoms for one of the world's most deadly diseases known
Rabies? Yeah,
as
rabies.
Rabies is transmitted through the bite of an infected animal. These are typically going to be bats, foxes, raccoons, or dogs. Once the symptoms of rabies show up, it is pretty much a guaranteed death sentence. Your only hope is to get a rabies vaccine very shortly after you get bit. In fact, the first person to ever survive rabies without a vaccine was back in 2004, and it was this lucky woman right here, Gianna Geese. Gianna was bit by a bat, and since they have such a painless bite, she had no idea that she had contracted rabies. Doctors essentially put her into a coma, hoping her body would fight the disease off.
This man is...
So she's basically immune to rabies?
If this is on your hand, it will never go away.
Oh, what is it?
Well guys, usually Santa is incorrect, but unfortunately this time, he's correct. In this video, this lady is filming her hand. Everything looks normal except for the middle finger, which is what she's showcasing. There appears to be a biforked growth coming out of her nail bed.
I have no idea what that is.
Many people in the comments on this video were hypothesizing that this was a skin tag. However, this is not the case. What we're looking at here is known as a periungual
This makes me very comfortable.
fibrokeratoma.
I mean uncomfortable, not comfortable.
Also known as a Conan tumor. These are fibrous growths, and although the name tumor usually has a bad connotation attached to it, these are not harmful, but they can be somewhat annoying.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Also have varying degrees of severity. This one right here kind of looks like a miniature thumb, whereas this one right here is more minor and probably less of a nuisance. These also don't have to be growing out of your nail bed, you can get them on your fingers too. Now the original poster of this video actually ended up getting hers removed, but there's a catch. It will end up growing back. Though it grows back slow, the unfortunate thing, you're going to have to continuously remove this.
If this is...
Never do what these men are doing. Money! If I'm being honest, I never knew that this was such a bad idea. This video
I don't even know what's going on.
Here is a super viral TikTok that's gotten over 20 million views. And in this video, these guys have cut out a large chunk of ice from a frozen over body of water. They then proceed to throw the cutout piece of ice back into the water, and this is to demonstrate just how dangerous this can be. When you remove the ice from the surface of a lake or a pond, it takes quite a while for this ice to be safe to walk on. And typically people that are experienced with ice fishing or being on frozen water will know that if there's a large chunk of ice outside of the water, they shouldn't go by that area. But when you push it under, there's no warning signs, and this is what the ice is like even after an entire week. This is extremely dangerous, especially for people that like to snowmobile on frozen lakes. Even if you're just walking around, there's a high probability that you could fall through, which is extremely dangerous. This is basically a death sentence.
That's it for today. If there is anything else that you would like me to react to, let me know down in the comments below. Also, if you really enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe.